What's up, guys? Long time since I made a video. Missed you guys. Yeah. Well, hey, I had a lot of things I had to deal with. Uh, couldn't fly because I had vehicle problems, as you guys know, and I ended up having to get another vehicle, which is okay. Because now I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to now having a car note and a little higher insurance. But you know what? In the long run, I'm seeing the benefits of it. I'm just ticked about one little thing though. My first oil change was free, but the rest of them I gotta pay. What's that? $59 for oil changes when I take it back to the dealer to have it changed. I'm like, what? And if I want to use synthetic oil like they're using now, it's gonna cost an extra 10. I'm like, I'd do better just changing the oil like myself, like I've been doing all my life. So anyway, like I said, I'm getting things done, and I'm on the last day of my vacation, and I had a chance to get some thinking done. I got a lot of cleaning done. As you can see, I haven't touched the table too much, my work bed, but that's okay. It's only October. No, it's November, week before Thanksgiving, and we got plenty of time to get cleaned up and get that taken care of because I already got wheels rolling in my head about what I want to do now. So I'm getting ready. You guys better get ready for me because next summer, oh yeah, I'm hauling butt, putting it in high gear, and we're gonna be doing some building and flying. I see some flies because, like I said, we have to step back a little bit this year, and I'm sure you guys understand it. Sometimes you gotta stop what you're doing and focus more on the important things in life, especially things that mean that you have to take care of your daily needs and so forth, or family issues. I know we got a lot of guys on the internet are missing because they're doing just that. My old friend Ben from Visualize, haven't heard from him in a long time. And last I heard, he had a little girl. Congratulations, Ben. She should be about a year old now. So, but you know how it is. And haven't heard from B1 Bob Moore, the guy who builds the B1 bomber. I gotta admit, that guy's one of the best modelers I've ever seen in my life. Check out his channel. I haven't heard from him in, God, since the spring. Miss you, Bob, wherever you are. But right now, I've been watching you guys' videos, and especially one particular fella I know on YouTube, Chris, RC Demon Driver. Now check out that guy's channel. He's got my dream job. He builds planes for a living. Yeah, and his techniques are just amazing. And if you look at his planes, they look so real. It's unbelievable. He makes them out of Depron and foam and whatever. And he has clients that he builds these for. I'm like, wow, that's my dream job. And they're flyable too. That's the killing part. They're flyable. Yeah. So anyway, I was looking a lot at a lot of his building techniques, and it kind of inspired me to do something that I've always wanted to do, and give you an idea how long it's been, since 1982. And why 1982? Well, that's because a movie came out in 1982, and if you guys remember, the movie was called Firefox. It was a Clint Eastwood movie. He even directed it, starred in it, directed it, and it was a good spy flick. I remember my brother and I, we listened to the critics, and they didn't give it a good review, but you go see for yourself and judge for yourself. But that's what we did, and it was a good spy flick. It was just a, and the first hour of it was a good spy flick. Dealing with how to get to Russia, who they picked, and so forth to go and steal the MiG-31 Firefox. And when they finally got to the plane, oh, it just puts you on the edge of your seat. So if you want to look up that old movie, go ahead, but you'll see what I mean. But since then, I have not been able to find a model of it. Actually, a few years ago, I did find a model, but it was discontinued. There was only one place that did fine. I think I spent 3 days on the internet when it first came out. When the internet first, I should say when I first learned to use the internet. I think I spent 3 days chasing after that, and I finally found one, but it was discontinued. After that, I looked and looked and gave up some, then picked up on the search again, gave up some, and so on and so on, and I couldn't find any. So these guys, RC Power, I never really cared for them, but they did a lot of good stuff. They did a lot of profile playing, which is good. You know, profile planes are a good start. I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what? That's a good start, profile plane. You know, because that could be like a prototype. So I have to thank these guys at RC Power because I requested and they dug it up and they gave me uh, PDF plans for the MiG 31 Firefox. That's right, I got it. After years of searching, I got it. But this is just a profile plane. Anybody knows what a profile plane is? It's not like a plane like this where you have body and so forth, and it's more like just flat fuselage with wing, and that's it. And that's it. And that's why they call it a profile plane, because it's more like a profile, looking at it from a distance. But you know what? That's a start. Profile's a start. So here's the plan. The plan is to I got these plans, and guess here's something funny. When I finally got these plans, my printer died. So I had to go, had to wait a little bit, and I found a printer, and I finally got that hooked up, and I spent this vacation time getting that printer going, and yeah, I got a printer, and I printed up these plans, and they're not bad. I looked at them for like 3 days, and they give me the setup here. This is the assembly, how it is, showing how the sections assemble together. And they have a layout of how uh, everything's be assembled. But before you lay it out, this is going to be made out of, believe it or not, something cheap. Drinking a little juice here. I spent 2 weeks fighting a bug, and I said I hung in there and couldn't call off for work because we had other guys sick, so I had to go to work sick. So I hung in there until my vacation. And anyway, throat's still a little cracky, so forgive me if my voice cracks up a little bit. Because for like 4 days I didn't have a voice. Now, a lot of people will like me not being able to talk, but that's another story. Anyway, uh, first of all, we're going to make this thing out of foam board, cheap foam board. We're going to build a prototype first. This is just the beginning. That's the plan. First, build a prototype. I went to Dollar General, not Dollar, or Family Dollar, and I got 4 sheets of this. I assume 4 sheets stacked, glued together, and then with all these spreadsheets put on it will be sufficient enough. It's only $1.35, and I got 4 of them. Black foam board, and that's what we're gonna make it out of. Like I said, this is a prototype. You don't mind if we crash this; it'd be easy to repair. And like I said, it's just a prototype. It's going to help us to learn how the plane functions while in the air, all its flying characteristics. Because one thing I want to do, these guys have been making this, even though it has a delta wing setup, just like my wing here has a delta wing setup, the MiG 31 Firefox also had canards. So I want to test it in the areas of both with and without working canards. I want to be able to turn the canards off, see how she flies in delta mode, and I also want to be able to turn the canards on and see how it works with the canards. So whatever flying characteristics the best, that's what we go with. Now, like I said, this is a prototype. Now the prototype is the beginning of the plan. By the end of the plan, this is what I want to do. I want to be able to see, I looked on the internet and I saw profile plans of this. I even ran across some German guys who built up full body playing Firefox, and I was like, okay, they never answered me when it came to playing, so I'm on my own. What else is new? So anyway, um, I want to build, and I've never seen this on the internet or anywhere. I want to build me a Firefox, a full body Firefox, and I want to have mine duct powered. See, this one is a prototype. It's going to have a pusher prop mounted in the center body. And with that pusher prop, let's see, should be able to take a 2212-6 kV motor. This is not that huge big a motor, so it's going to be inexpensive, which is good. 30 amp ESC, I probably use a 40. 6x4 prop, and it says here the guy had used a 1300 milliamp 3-cell battery. I got a couple 1800s over there. So we'll see. So I want to be able to I want to be able to use that to power this prototype. It'll be a cheap, inexpensive prototype. And it only leads to the bigger one, because once I learn how to fly this and see what's flying characteristics, then we start on building a full body MiG-31 Firefox. And I want to use two 70 amp EDF fans in the thing. Yes, the one guy did in German, he had two fans set up in his. He had both Delta, Mix, and Canard with thrust vectoring, which was good. But it was all hand launched. All those Firefox planes you see on the internet are all hand launched. I want to be able to put landing gears in mine. Yeah, retractable gears. I want to be able to roll on takeoff and come in for a landing on wheels. That's what I want to do. Now, one thing about Chris, the Demon Driver, he builds planes and ships from movies and different shows that weren't even meant to fly, had never been made before. He built Enterprise, which I'm sure everybody's seen that already, but he built the Enterprise, he flew it. His latest creation was Starbug from the old Red Dwarf comedy series. Uh, he's even built a couple of space battleships from the old Star Blazers cartoon. Anybody remember that? The original name was Space Battleship Yamato. He's built that and flown them. He's even built, in fact, he's even built one of the Black Tiger fighter, Alpha fighters from Star Blazers as well, and flew that too. Planes that weren't meant to fly, he builds and flies them. Yeah. So anyway, going back to this, like I said, they give me a layout here of how these sheets. It took 15 sheets here, and 12 of them I have to lay out on this board. Want to put all these boards together using hot glue. That's going to be our main assembly tool here, hot glue. So once you lay these out, get them cut, put them together, then we'll come out with our final assembly, stuff like that. Then we can drop in the servos, the motor, and so forth. And see how we're going to set that up. But that's the plan. We're going to work with the prototype in the spring. We're going to take our time building this now. We're going to work with the prototype in the spring. But this is plan A. And we're going to get this going. And I'll probably cut up this stuff this weekend. But like I said, this gives me a lot of good information. In fact, here's the center of gravity right there when part of the fuselage. See, once I put all these on board, and let me show you what I mean when I said similar. I got to glue all these boards. I got 4 of these boards. I got to glue them together to make one giant board. And once I do, I have to lay these plans out on the board. And I have to match them up, just like what you see here. And once they match up, then I can come in with my razor and cut out the parts. Now a lot of these parts I have to double. I think I got 12 parts that I have to double. I have to make two of. And that, and once we do that, I'm not going to show you all that cutting I'm going to be doing. That's going to be real tedious. Cutting can be extremely tedious. That's why I'm not going to film that because that's going to take a couple hours to do that. But I will show you the assembly at the end. So in the meantime, that's what I'm up to, guys. And if you want to look up on the internet Firefox, go ahead and check out the MiG-31 Firefox and that old Clint Eastwood movie of the same name. In the meantime, like I said, I happen to be out taking care of things. I had to throw away a lot of old paper. I went to the recycle bin and left them and gave them all that paper. I said on the way home, I stopped at Dollar General and got the foam board. And I said, hey, let's make a video. Haven't done that in a long time. So that's what I'm up to, guys. And I'm feeling a lot better. I tell you, a few days away from your job can work wonders for you. Because like I said, I was getting over that bug. I slept for 3 straight days. But I needed it. And I feel a whole lot better. And when I popped up, my thinking was back. I'm like, you know what? I feel like doing. I feel like doing something on the internet. And here I am. The old me's coming back. I still got this stuff here to work with, but that's no problem. We got all winter to do that, guys. Might as well button down for winter because I think these are the last few days are going to be of nice days we're going to have for the weather changes on. Because they're talking snow this weekend. Ugh, hate those four-letter words. So, if you're doing something, don't forget to video it, send it to me, give me a comment, tell me what you think of this project. Because it's going to be the hottest MiG-31 Firefox around. Oh, I'm also thinking about, since I'm going to do it too, I'm also thinking about putting navigation lights on it and landing lights. And because you know how everybody knows me, I just can't stop at just building a plane. I got to go a little farther. And I'm even thinking about getting a couple of afterburn rings, putting in there. Oh, that'll look good. See those engines lighting up? That'll look good. So check it out, and you'll see what I mean. But in the meantime, you guys take care. Have a good one.